So I'm gonna, okay, great.
It's
Hi,
true.
everyone. Welcome to Dialogue with Khuraira. If you're new to this platform, Dialogue with Khuraira is about sharing the stories of who we call the unsung heroes. Who are the unsung heroes? Unsung heroes are incredible people doing great things in their various communities for the betterment of humanity. You may not hear about them because the spotlight is not on them, but we go out there looking for them. Maybe we see their activities on social media, or people tell us about them, and we cross path with them, and we like to bring them onto this platform so that they can share their story, what inspired them to be who they are, and probably from hearing their story, they may inspire you to start something also new to better the lives of others in your own various communities, so that together we can uplift the world, one person at a time. All right, and
Yeah.
today I have my amazing mentee, of course, Yetunde Adedayo. So I'm gonna have a talk about us. You guys know the tradition with Dialogue with Herrera. I let the guests talk about themselves and then I ask questions later. So, Mrs. Adebayo, please welcome to Dialogue with Herrera and kindly introduce yourself to our audience. And yeah, hello.
All right. Okay, so if you're watching from Nigeria, if you're watching from Africa, I'll say good evening. If you're in the US, I'll say good afternoon, right?
Yes.
Okay, so my name is Yetunde Adedayo, and I'm so glad to be here today. Okay, good. It's such an amazing privilege, and I do not take that for granted. Yeah. Auntie, thank you so much for what you're doing. You know, this doesn't come cheap and easy as well, because not all the time we don't get to see people celebrate people who are not on the screen all the time. And this is one opportunity that you're giving to everyone in every sector, and it goes a long way. So thank you so much for having me on the show. Like I said, my name is Yetunde Adedayo. Okay, so who is this small girl?
You know
All
it.
right. So Yetunde Adedayo is an entrepreneur. Yes. I'm young, I'm vibrant, I'm versatile. Okay, so I'm an entrepreneur, but my friends call me a multipreneur. Well, I'm a professional makeup artist, a photographer. Oh, I have my hands are full. I'm a school director. I do a bit of technology. I do so many businesses, really established businesses that I have, and okay, so my focus in life is just to make myself an example for every young woman out there. And, you know, I want them to see, like, I want them to look at me and see that there's a part of them that exists in me, sort of like you can be whoever you want to be as a woman. You know, I do so many things. I've had to direct, I'm a movie director, produce my own film. I sing, and I do
You
quite a lot
see,
of
I didn't know that one.
I sing professionally. Right? Yes, I do. I
Wow.
sing.
I didn't this
I sing.
is
Yes, I
wow.
sing. So yes, you can catch some of my short films or movie that I've featured in on YouTube. Some of them are featuring on African Magic or thereabout. So I do quite a lot of things. Why I do this is I just try to make myself an example to any woman out there and tell them that, say, it's not too late to start something. You can be whoever you want to be. You know, just look at me and say, okay, she can do it, then I can't do it. If you feel like jumping, just jump. That's my mantra. If you
Yeah.
feel like flying, please fly. The word shouldn't stop you from being what you want to be. And I believe that as a woman, you can have it all. Yes, you can have it all. You can be married, you can be beautiful, you can be an entrepreneur, you can have a career path, you know, you can be successful in every way. I'm also a student. I still go back to school. I read, you know, I do amazing things, you know, in my own little way. So yes, so
Well, you have
that's about
forgotten
it.
one most important thing. Also, you're a mother. You know.
Yes, I'm a mother. That's key. I'm a mother, I'm a wife. Yes.
Yeah.
At least you can see my background. Yeah. I have three beautiful girls
Yeah.
and one excellent man.
Yeah.
Yes. So
So Yeah, I honestly I admire you, and I remember vividly when we first met in Lagos. I
Yeah.
was there to train you guys on my airbrush system. And
Yes.
that was 2014, right? 2014.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, it's
It's
around
a long time.
2014 or 2015. I think it's 2014 or 15,
Yes.
but thereabout. And you had that spunk, and everybody was a little bit like thinking I am this, whatever you guys thought me I was. And everybody's kind of reserved and happy that they're finally meeting me. And you just came out there and just said your thing. You said something that you said one day you're gonna be bigger than this. Is just a stepping stone for you. Remember that you're
Yes.
gonna be bigger than this, and I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, listen. And at the time, you also spoke about training people in makeup, anyways. And
Yes.
I just love that you had this high self-esteem about you, and you knew exactly where you are headed, and you didn't want anybody to steal that away from you. And I think that a lot of women, we lack that. We might be super smart, super talented, pretty and all, but that spunk, that confidence that I am who I am, and I own it, and I know I'm bad. Bad, you know what I don't want to say it here. Is that
Yes.
so it's I love that, and it stayed with me. It really did. So after we did the training, I came back to the US. I think you guys, I needed a representative in Lagos. I needed one in Kano. I needed one in Kaduna, and some other person in Port Harcourt. And I have to say, Yetunde, one thing that I love about you, that whatever you set your mind to, you give it 1,000%, not 100%. It's
Thank you.
one,
Thank you, Ma.
it is. And we try to do so many things. We try to really kind of help shape the beauty industry. You had the same kind of mindset as me, as is that people should just stop being think that today you are trained as a makeup artist and tomorrow like you're a superstar. It doesn't work
Mhm.
like that. It takes a long to hone your skills, and you have the same kind of mentality of trying to build a brand. You're not rushing to say I am a superstar. You are building yourself, and you knew that it takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
And another thing that I saw with you that is very smart, which you pivot to do different things. You take photography, you work in the movie set, and you're not just that bridal makeup artist. So you actually stayed ahead. That is why, like, a lot of them that started with you had fizzled away, because they
Mm.
all focused. The thinking was so narrow-minded, and they wanted to compete with the Banke, with Lola and all that, but they don't know that Banke and Lola worked so hard to make that name. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, but you understood that from the beginning, and that is what drew me to you. And I really, really, really honestly wanted for me and you to shape the beauty industry, like the way things are in
Yeah.
America or in Europe. That
Yeah.
you don't become this big name overnight. It takes a journey. And I also, one other thing that I loved about you, which other artists didn't, is that even though you made your name for yourself, you are such a humble person. You're so humble, and you
Right.
respect customer service. And that is what is lacking in the beauty industry back home, especially when the person start making a name. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what, I'm the boss now. You gotta do what I want.
Yes.
So I noticed with you, you're not like that at all. Like, you got and I think we're gonna, like, talking, I'm gonna maybe even cry. Sorry, guys, I'm like taking everything away from her because like she's like my girl. Like we are
Yes,
so in
yes, she's my mentor.
love.
I'm gonna share how I met you. I think I need they need to know. They need to
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah. Go ahead. So let me not do the talking. You do your thing. It's your spotlight, okay?
all right. Thank you so much, Auntie. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, let me tell you how I met Auntie. I call her my Auntie, yes. So sorry. We're
No,
not going
the
to do
first.
yes. she's like my aunt, yeah. And I love her a lot, you know. Okay, so I was a young makeup artist out there. One of the things that I'm going to share on this platform this evening is this. I come from a place where we do not have a template for success, and that's the truth. And I'd always say this, that if you come from Africa, especially Nigeria, and you are successful, I celebrate anyone that has had to come out from Nigeria and have been able to trail the path of success and have been able to hone it and earn it. Because where we come from, either you're from the north, from the south, from the east, or from the west, middle belt, or wherever in Africa, in Nigeria precisely, we do not have a template for success. Education, everything that you see around you does not look like success. So we sort of just try to work it out through hard work, dedication, and all of that. So I was also one of the many people out there that just wanted to be successful or didn't know what to do. So the only thing that we had that looks like a success template in every African home was morals. And the truth is, moral is good, but it doesn't make anyone successful. But almost every African home had that moral upbringing that makes you seem like,
That's
okay, when you're in the society, this is how you should behave. But the truth is, whatever any other thing that makes for success wasn't there. But they will tell you, be like this, be respectful, honor people, don't steal, don't cheat, be hardworking, and all of that.
yeah.
But for few of us, we just tend to go the extra mile to get success, to fight at it, to be there and say, okay, I want to get it. Now, let me talk about how I started out as a makeup artist. Yes. Really, like I tell people, and I will continue to say this, that makeup for me, I know that there's a place of passion. I know people who are really passionate about being a makeup artist, and when you see them, in fact, they are so artistic about it. But what got me going was makeup wasn't my first love, wasn't what I wanted to do, but it was a way to get out there and do something for myself when there was nothing to do. And when I learned makeup, the makeup art, the art of makeup, ART now, when I learned it, I knew I could do better, because I just believe that what I learned from my home is be hardworking, be diligent at whatever you do, and that was it. So I started out like that. But one thing that was disadvantage, that stood as a disadvantage for me, was where I was coming from. My neighborhood, where my business was established, wasn't in the eyebrow
I
area.
remember that. I remember
Yes,
you
it
said,
wasn't even in the eyebrow area in Lagos.
yes.
So, finding the clients that could even afford my service was a struggle.
Yeah.
When I thought to myself, what do I need to do to get out there? I know a lot of my colleagues that will ask me, what are you doing in that your neighborhood? Come to town, come to Ikeja, come to the island, and all of that. And I
Yeah.
see a lot of them stay in Ikeja, but for one reason or the other, I was married, I had a family. I couldn't just opt out and, who picks up my child from school? How do I, run around? And I still have to keep my home and all that, So I couldn't go to the eyebrow area to start my business. But what I did was this: I looked at it. If my business cannot afford to go to town financially, too, I could not afford to go to town. So let's not even beat about it.
Yeah.
So I felt like, if my business cannot afford to go to town right now, why don't I take myself to town? So what I did was, my business was established in a local neighborhood, but I pushed myself. I threw myself out there.
Mhm.
You know, I started meeting people, reaching out to people. I'd reach out to celebrities. I'd reach out to magazines. I knew then we barely had Instagram, Facebook, and all of that. But I'll reach out to people and say, okay, I'm a makeup artist. You know what? Let me work for you for free. And but I knew that okay, if I start working for other celebrities, if even if they don't pay me, they have the name.
Yeah.
The name and their brand will rub off on me
Yeah.
as an individual. You get so that was how I started, and that was the strategy I used to
Which
push
is
myself.
which is brilliant.
Yeah, so a lot of people see me that my business is in a local neighborhood, but I get to work on celebrities, and they don't know how I do it.
Yeah.
Nobody was well. You won't come and ask me for my bank account. I was working for most of them for free, but their
Thank
name, their
you.
brand. You see, their name and their brand was rubbing off on me. You
Yeah.
get that? So
And you are
everyone,
talented too. Don't get me, that is very important. You have to add that. You know,
yes,
you were super talented, but you were in the wrong neighborhood for your talent.
one neighborhood.
So you understood that and took yourself out of that and went to where even
Yes,
since you offer your services for free.
yes.
Yeah.
So, but what happened is they were not paying me, but their brand and their name was rubbing off on me. So the little people in my neighborhood that could afford my services, knowing that I now work with celebrity. Do you
Mm-hmm.
understand?
Yeah.
They so when I charge them, they had no choice but to pay. I'm like, oh, she's a celebrity makeup artist. She's a
Mm-hmm.
celebrity makeup artist. She's a celebrity. Do you know she has worked on this? She has worked on that person. She has worked on that person. And that started building the name. Even in my neighborhood, I became like, oh, do you know that if they mention any makeup artist today, people always like, oh, she started this in my neighborhood, and that was it.
Yeah.
Now let me talk about how I met Auntie. I remember that Tara had this House of Tara had this program, very massive program that she called in for makeup artists
No, that
and
was as
and
Cosmetic Square. Cosmetic Square.
yes, yes. Like you literally do too. I couldn't, I paid for the conference then, and I came and I
Oh,
attended.
no! Let me not interrupt you. So you met me during that makeup artist show.
Yeah, that was the first time I heard
So
about you.
that's what you.
I was in the session. So when I got my profile, I looked at it, and we were meant to go to different classes.
Yeah.
I read everybody's profile. I said, this woman that is in Nigeria doing something big in US. I think I like her. I think everything about her screams my name, So, but I see a lot of people, they wanted other people, because you were coming. I think that was about the first time a lot of us were getting to hear about you. But
First time ever. And you know how I got to that show? It wasn't Tara that got me. This was a company from Dubai that found
oh,
me on LinkedIn and had me the head speaker for the show. Remember that is what
yeah.
it was a bridal show organized by a brand, a beauty company from Dubai. And they discovered me on LinkedIn. And then
Oh, wow.
got me to be the head speaker for the show, the African beauty show, African beauty
Yes,
show.
Africa, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
And that's when like Lola was there, Erica from I forgot.
Yes, a lot of
Yeah,
international makeup artists were there. But you
exactly.
know one thing, I'm an indigenous person and I love originality and
Yeah.
creativity. I thought I love, in fact, we were so few in your class because we're not so much. Every other person ran to other classes because when they wanted to, there's the one the street language, farms. They wanted to farms and belong. I don't gum body like that. I'm sorry. I'm going to
Yeah.
be using a little bit of our street language here in Nigeria. So pardon me. But I came to your class and I just was struck by the fact that, oh, this woman, I want to know about her. If she's a Nigerian, and this was the part that hit me was she's from the north. And I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute. If she was from my side now, I would say, well, the opportunities were there, I've always been there for us and all of that. So I was interested. And when you shared your story, it got me. And I said, no, I'm going to meet this woman. I want to know this woman. How I was going to know this woman or how, I don't know. But later, before the end of the class, you said you were doing like a meet and greet and a training, airbrush training.
Yeah.
I remember coming home and I told my husband, I said, I want to go for this training, even though I could not afford it. I made sure that I forced the man and he gave me the money to come for the training. He was like, this training, all this training. And because then The money I paid was huge then,
Well,
as a day, because it was a lot for me.
hey,
But I forced him. Oh, I made sure I stood on his neck like this, like, you must pay, you must give me money, for this training, and he did. When
yeah.
I got to the class, Auntie, I'll tell you what I wore.
What?
See, in business and in life, be strategic. I can never forget. I asked my tailor to make me a colorful jumpsuit. It had lemon, orange,
Yes,
yellow,
yes, you
a multicolored jumpsuit. That was the first time I was wearing it. I said, I'm so going to be so strategic. I'm going to be so colorful. You cannot miss me in that class. You cannot miss me. I paid a lot for this class.
You are so brilliant. Share that with me. Even
That's what I do. See,
so
when I go to any class, when I go for any conferences or anything, and I meet my role models or my mentors, I strategically go. I don't.
I
So
hope
I said I was going to
people are listening to you, because it's $1 million free class. Okay, so
yeah. So I wore a colorful outfit that, in fact, even if you were blind, you will see through the colors. I was so colorful in my jumpsuit. And while you were training, everything you said, I wrote it down. I said, I'm going to ask questions that, she will know that there's someone intelligent in this class. So I wrote down everything. At every point when you ask questions, I was eager to answer. And you started taking note of me. And in the class, you say, oh, Yetunde, yes, something is happening.
You literally stole the show. You stole the show. You did.
So
it was all about in that class.
Yes, because the money I paid, Auntie, that money was huge. As at then, it was huge. So after that, I now remember that you said, I'd come for the training. And
God, you're making me.
After the training, I remember you asked us for feedback.
Yeah.
We did our training. I did well. I think I was one of the few set of people that also did practical, did well in class. I was, I was wild. Then you gave us the products and sample products and all of that. And you said starter kits. That's the word, starter kits. And there was a time, I received a call or a mail that we should give feedback about your class. And if you remember, do you know what I did?
What?
You said just 1 minute video or just a voice note.
On YouTube, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I did? Actually, you might not know, but it cost me something. I called a friend of mine. He's a movie producer. I went to beg him. I said, please, I need to wow this woman. She wants a feedback, but I'm going to give her something that is beyond the feedback. We did like a professional video. If you remember, Auntie, I did photo shoot. The jacket I wore was new. I made a Ankara jacket. A blue jacket like that. If you remember, I made a professional video and I sent it to you. Yes, and this is what I always do.
I think it should be on our YouTube channel. It should be on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my friend I paid my friend, even though I begged him. I said, I can't afford the profession, but I'm going to pay. And he charged me.
Yeah.
I called a photographer as well. We did all of this. He was like, for 1 minute video. I said that 1 minute video must be excellent, must be professional. I'm not going to give a feedback that is not professional. And I submitted it.
Best video. So that
it was the best video. See, that has always been my strategy. It would cost me a lot. I'm sure you didn't know it was costing me something.
No, I did not.
I went all out. You see that?
Because remember, I just told you guys just to do a simple feedback.
That video was not simple.
I understand.
It had all the effects of a movie. Good lightning, sound, mics, body mics. The background was so nice. Everything was so nice. And I knew that, except you are not a person of excellence, you will see this video and just keep it as feedback. The next thing I saw was my video was on your website. I said, now you're talking. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And you saw at that point, at every time, Auntie would just call me and say, yes, there's something we want to do.
Yeah.
And I remember that when you asked me to join your team, like start working on the team, I thought about it. I'm still sort of a broke makeup artist, though. Thank God for now, but I did something. I went back
to get that with me. You never even showed that there was anything.
No. So, but the thing is, that has always been me, anyways. Anytime I get anything, I go out, and if you have to do it, do it. If I'm not going to do anything, I will not even start. But if I have to do it, I do it well. I remember that I called Auntie one day. I said, on this team, for every one of us that you have chosen, you will know that there's a girl. Yes, say, You must know. Then I called, I told you I've been working with celebrities. I was working with a particular magazine and all of that.
Yes.
One day I reached out to the producer of the magazine. I said, Auntie, you're not paying me. Oh. I represent an international brand now. For every time I'm going to do makeup on your celebrities, they have to give. Yes, I said no. I told them that they have to give. They have to hold your product. Do you remember?
Yes.
That I sent lip colors. I sent them holding the lip colors, the pictures, and all of that, because I felt like if I could get them to, because I knew they were celebrities.
You did an incredible photo shoot. How I wish that next time I think we should, Rufai, we should incorporate, I don't know if this thing works, where like we can show some of the
stuff happening. So,
go ahead.
I was able to get, at least I was able to get nothing less than 7-10 celebrities to hold your products.
Yeah, they did the lip shoot.
The lipping, and I was able to use their product. And I told the lady as well, I said, give me a column on your magazine page, and I'm going to be talking about the product. And every time I talk about the product, and that way I felt like, okay, you are an international brand, and I was doing something, to make sure that what the position I wanted, I knew where I was going to really, but I couldn't get there. So the best thing was, why not work with people who have that name and the brand already? You get, and that really helped me, because after a while, a lot of people could not, it became a force. Even among celebrities, they are like, how did you get this international brand on, to be their representative? I said, don't worry.
Actress that through you, she came through me, but I didn't know that she just came to steal my idea so she can start her line. And she had the line, something blink, and it went.
Wow! Wow!
The first few weeks, a few months, you know. But she even came to New Jersey, like we did, showed her everything, how she wanted to be the face of Khuraira in the, not knowing that was not the plan. She just wanted to get the idea.
I'm just hearing about that. But really, that was my relationship. That was how I started with Angie. And ever since then, it has been from one moment to the from one opportunity to the other. I remember when you called me and you said, okay, they need an interesting makeup artist and an excellent makeup artist to train at Aunt Pamela's school. The school, yes, yeah. And you of everyone on your team, and you called me and said, yes, I know you can do it. When I remember when I went for the interview and I saw the candidates, the teachers they already have, the facilitators they have in that school, a part of me was shaking. But I asked myself, wait, do you think you deserve to be here? Do you think you have what it takes to be here? And you called me one day and said, you're going to go and get that job. You're going to do it.
Yeah.
You're going to go. I remember. Of course you can do it. I believe you can do it.
I remember when you come, I said, you know what? May God bless her soul, Pamela. What an amazing human being.
Yes.
Big heart, built an incredible business. I mean, if she was alive, we would have been so big with the idea the three of us were planning, because we wanted to take it to the state, to Lagos State, to make it actually like a curriculum. She really wanted everything to be like international standard, and you were going to be the head trainer. And I even, not to cut you off, I just want to jump in here. The reason why, upon all the makeup artists that I knew I wanted, it's like, for my brand, I'm not that fake looking makeup brand. And I didn't want that, even though my brand can make you look like that, but I didn't want the brand to be portrayed that way. And I felt like you were the only one, and then Mina in Kaduna could do that, because you guys all understood me very well that it's about flawless look. It should be like next to skin. You don't do these crazy looking brows. Like, remember I used to tell you, please. And then you also have the confidence to sell the brand without being intimidated. It's very important when you're gonna take a brand ambassador to have those qualities, to be humble enough to learn about the brand, that to make it about the brand, not about them. A lot of the times where makeup artists back home fail, even when they're representing a brand, it's about them, not the brand. And you were not like,
Sorry, Yes.
And you were not like that. And then at the same time, you really cared about the customer. And my brand, what my brand is about, it's about the customer, not me. It's about the customer. So I was like, oh no. And I know Auntie Pamela was like that too in her business. You gotta take care of the customer. So that's why I was like, you gotta be the one. And we she said that she actually wants you not even including the north and Port Harcourt. Remember, she has 3 places.
Yes, yes.
Like you're gonna go everywhere. You're gonna go Port Harcourt, you're gonna go Abuja, and you're gonna do Lagos. But unfortunately, God knows best and took her away.
Yeah. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Go ahead. So you went in there.
Yeah, so I went in there, I did my training, and it was amazing. Even the students were wild, and they loved everything about the training and all of that. Yes, so that, and I remember that afterwards, you got me more empowerment programs to train lots of young women. You know, I remember we did some government things like that, empowerment in Lagos, empowerment in so many states, and that was the start for me. So the name became a force. In fact, my name became a force, the brand became a force, and the brand, Khuraira became a force, and all of that, and that bettered a lot, beautiful, 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 beautiful things, to the point of becoming.
You were the one responsible for Jumia when we were on Jumia.
Yes, on Jumia as well. Yeah. That was yes.
But and then the thing that I love about you, right? So you are not afraid to tell me the truth. You're like, Auntie, you can't be on Jumia. I said, why now? Yes. You are like, they're not representing the brand the right way. The customers don't get it right. And I didn't know that. So but you were getting the complaints, and I'm like, okay, if that's the case, we are out. You need to go get it out,
Yes.
Because to me, I rather lose 1 million than to gain 1 million and then tarnish my brand. So and you understood that. So that was one thing that I also loved about you regarding like we didn't get out of that. But I think Jumia maybe now had changed. But I really think that we could have done great things in Nigeria just after like Miss Auntie Pamela died, then also change of government, and then the whole thing with we don't know where things are going, and then came like before we know it, it's like crazy things happening, and then COVID is like took almost 3 years of our lives. So I think when COVID came, we just lost it, like literally, So, but yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes. Okay. All right. So, you said something about humility and all of that. Okay. Right now, I own a school. Yeah, a big school really, and I'm the school director, and people still tell me, why do you go out to do makeup? And I tell them, see, that is a business.
So
there is a me.
A makeup school? Do you have a makeup school or a regular school?
I have a makeup school where I train people. Yeah, but I have a primary school as well.
Oh,
like a proper school.
Oh, I knew you had the makeup.
Yes, I have a proper school. Yes, I have a private primary school.
Okay.
Yes, I have a makeup school. I have a makeup school. I train people on photography as well. But now I have a school. Like what it is in Nigeria, once you have a big school like that, people expect you to come to the office, let people carry your bag, and you be the madam and sit in the office. Throughout this weekend, I was still doing makeup. I was still hustling and carrying my box and doing makeup. And even myself look at me, I'm like, okay, it's like this our madam is normal. And I tell them, see, let me tell you something. I say a lot. The reason why a lot of entrepreneurs in Nigeria don't grow, or their business don't succeed them, is because they begin to have the self-awareness when they're not supposed to.
Yeah,
yes. And this gratification, this entitlement and gratification, I do not understand where it comes from. I tell you now, if you need my services as a photographer, I'm going to strip my garment as a school director. I'm coming to take your photos. If you need my services as a makeup artist, I'm going to strip myself up as whatever title that I have. I'm coming all the way. You know,
Yeah.
you need to see me bent over just for 5,000 naira. Meanwhile, in school already, I'm serious. My school, by the time student pays, it runs into millions,
Yeah.
millions of naira. But I don't see that because for
Yeah.
me, that's a business. I
Well, I
follow
think
my passion.
you have the passion for makeup. So you see,
Yes,
that's why it's so important. People don't understand when you do something based on passion, you can endure anything. But if you're doing it based on making money, you're the one that sees fizzle out quickly, and lose interest when you hit hard times. But when you're doing it for passion, then you could do it even for free. Like that's what, and that's why you were
yes,
able to actually build your brand. Going to do makeup for this
yes,
celebrity and other, even other, like I remember we
yes,
went to Make Me Salon or something. You used to go there.
yes. Make me salon.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. On body was really yes.
But and I think that is the key to your success here today, is that apart from humility, you also love what you do, and you also appreciate people. You see, and you didn't allow the hype that you're a celebrity makeup artist get into your head, like the other makeup artists that are no longer happening, or that used to,
True.
and now if you call their name, nobody even remembers them. and
Yes.
uh, and all another thing also is you understanding your niche. You see,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the time, people get into business back because it's really happening. I founded an empowerment a foundation for skills acquisition, and I'm very, very so against makeup, for us to waste training on makeup. And people ask me why, aren't you like, shouldn't you be pushing them? I said, because there are so
Mm.
many makeup artists in that same locale. Why are you training another 40 people on makeup where we already have 200 people on makeup? How are they gonna make a living? But you see, so I was discussing that
Sorry,
actually.
sorry to cut, I'm sorry to cut you short. Sorry to cut you in. Right
No,
now,
no, no, it's okay, it's okay.
I think I started years ago. When people come to me for training, for everyone that I've
I think we're not hearing you. We're,
trained,
I think you're getting a
I've
call.
trained quite a lot of students in makeup artistry
Uh,
and photography.
Yetunde,
And when
Yetunde,
they come to me, I tell them, I'm not going to make you a makeup
Yetunde,
artist.
Yetunde. I
I'm going to make you a business person
Yeah.
doing makeup.
Um.
My-
I don't know if it's network.
I think
Is it network?
it's
Is it network? Are
an,
you using? Are you using your phone?
going
Are
to
you
make
using?
them a
Are
business
you?
person doing makeup, not just a makeup artist, so to say. And the reason them come and tell me them that see skills is good, but sometimes yeah, sorry. Can you hear me, Auntie?
You're cutting. Are you using your phone?
On there, I'm phone.
Are you
Hello?
using your phone? Are you using your phone or your laptop? I think she's reconnecting. But anyway, like if you're watching Dialogue with Khuraira, this is Yetunde Adedayo. She's a multifaceted entrepreneur, very talented makeup artist, a photographer, a mother, and I'm just finding out that she even has her own a school where people get formal education and pay for it, and she also has a makeup school. All in Lagos. I think it's Lagos, Nigeria. She's best at, I think, yeah, definitely Lagos. And so she's talking about how she was able to build her brand by, at first being where her locality, where her business started, was not a very known area like Ikeja or VI or Lakey, where a lot of the makeup artists that have name are located. And the way she actually promoted herself was to go after the celebrities and do their makeup for free. Call magazines owners and tell them, you know what, I'll do my makeup for free. Then you feature me in your magazine as your makeup artist.
Okay,
And
I'm back.
okay, good, good. And she was able to build. No, I was just recapping how
Oh, okay.
who you are, and I think that if you are able to, if you didn't catch her from the beginning, you should watch this video because you will learn a thing or two to how you can really build yourself to a powerhouse as she is today. Go ahead.
All right, so I'll try to. I'm just going to share a few nuggets, business nuggets. So, like I said when people come to me for training, I tell them that I'm not going to make them a makeup artist, but a business person in makeup. I feel that that's what is missing in our industry. People are just all about the skills. We have. I respect Nigerians. We have lots of skillful artistic makeup artists, but we do
Yeah,
not have lots of business-minded makeup artists. You're just
right.
going to see that we only have the likes of you, the likes of Banker, sustain their business as a makeup artist. But this gets to me, and people ask me, how have you been able to manage it? I say, see, because I'm not all about the skill, I'm all about the business. I have
Hmm.
a brand, and I want this brand to for as long as it takes. Now people ask me, how were you able to transition from being an ordinary makeup artist, like they would say ordinary, and I tell them there's nothing ordinary about what I do. But they ask me, how were you able to transition from being a makeup artist to becoming a photographer to becoming a school director? Now you're in fintech, and you have other businesses, you're in media and all that. And I think this is what I tell them. Now, there is one beautiful opportunity that makeup artists have, but they abuse. And this is it. I talked about how I met you and how I strategically made sure that you notice me. I'm sure that quite a lot of us attended that class. How many of them do you remember? Because for
I love
some
it.
people, when you meet people like you have worked yourself up to the ladder. When we meet people like you, a lot of people want to take selfie with you and post. And after a while, the post fades. Do you understand? But I was strategic. So this is what I do. For every time I go out and I work on, because the caliber of people that could afford my services as a makeup artist were people up the ladder.
Yeah,
So every time I'm in their bedrooms, makeup artists are so fortunate that sometimes you are even in the bedrooms of these people.
yeah,
Governors' wives, celebrities, and all of that, business CEOs, directors. You understand?
you're literally in their head.
But you know what? When I'm there, I'm so you're making their air, you're sometime with them. Do you know what I do? I'm not just going to say, "Hey, oh, your shoe is nice, your designer is nice." No. At every point that I'm there, I strategically let them know that behind these brushes, there is someone with a brain. So every time, I meet you, perhaps say you're a director of a company, I'm already pitching myself to you in a way that you should get. So I'm pitching myself to you. I remember I did a makeup. I went to a school leaders program, and my coach one time was talking, and before you knew it in the class, I said, "Coach," and I'm always starting with a free job. I said, "Coach," because she knows a lot of people. I said, "Coach, you know what? I'm also a photographer and a makeup artist. When is your next birthday? I'm going to do it for free." She looked at me and looked at me. I said, yes, I'm going to do it for free. Don't worry about it. But I know that if she puts up my job up there, you see, our friends that are directors like her, we get to sit and say, oh, who did that for you? Can you refer
Yes.
her? And those are the people that are going to pay for
Yes.
the money she didn't pay me. Because I'm going to
Yes.
charge them well and bite them hard when they are paying
Yes.
me. You get?
Yes.
So, and I remember talking to her, we got talking, and she was saying something about, oh, going to Pan African University. And I said, okay, I wrote it down. You see, information. When you go and work with these people, don't just say you like their shoes. It's okay to like their shoes. It's okay to like their family. It's okay to like their beauty, but pitch
They
yourself to
actually
them.
they see through you when you do all those things, anyways.
You see, so pitch yourself to them, because in pitching yourself to them, they might not be able to give you the kind of the information you need, but they might be able to refer you to someone. You find a lot of makeup artists not using that opportunity. These are people that even people work for them in their companies. If they ever get the opportunity, you can imagine you working on a CEO of a company. If their staffs that they employ have a 1 minute with them, their lives will be better. But we go to their
Yes.
house every other day, and all we got to do is good morning, ma. And again. No, every time I meet somebody, I'm pitching myself. Either I'm pitching my attitude, my character, my personality, I'm pitching my brand to you in a way that you will recognize me. And sometimes when they call me, a lot of them will call me and say, there was this politician that called me one day and said, do you know, ordinarily I've had makeup artists, you're the only one I follow. And you're the only one I check your status because I love how you write. Please, can you be my writer? Anytime she needs to post online, she will tell me to
Yeah.
help her write. And I write
Uh-huh.
for her. You see that now? And I write for her. And there was a time she had like 2 events, and she said, I want you to compare my events. I want you to be the MC. You see the
See?
platform from being a makeup artist, how did she notice that I could do all of that? Because I pitched myself beyond just being an ordinary makeup artist. So I see and I feel that people can learn from this. If you ever have an opportunity to work for the kind of people you dream about, that you see them as role models, as mentors, don't just go there and abuse the opportunity. Please pitch yourself, pitch your beyond your talent to them.
But I think
Because they're
also,
the ones that will get you to where you want to go to.
but
I
I think
pitch myself to you.
But I think also, yeah, Tunde, it goes beyond that. I think some people just copy. I think people need to own their originality and learn to be better. You know, a lot of them, I'm not
Yes.
saying all, but a lot of them look up to certain makeup artists and they just want to be them. They don't even want to learn
Mm-hmm.
on their own and create their own unique style. They're watching YouTube how somebody
Yes.
did coloring. You know, they're doing it. So,
Yes.
but you need to go beyond that in order for you to really appeal to that person, like you said. You know, you're meeting this governor's wife, you're meeting celebrities, you're meeting CEOs. I mean, their head is already boiling with so many things. They don't want to be hearing you praising their shoes. They want you to carry their mind
Of course.
away, something to excite them so that they can want you back. I will tell you this. I have a client, I swear to God, she's been my client for 18 years. This client, she doesn't, she comes in, I think she comes in just to talk to me. Because I would tell her, your makeup is not done. She comes to buy product. She doesn't do makeup application. She just buy product. Every 2 months or 3 months, she must come in and buy product. And she will buy the same things. I started think. I used to tell her, no, 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 no. And one day she said, I really want to come in and get the product. So one day I just sat. I said, all right, you know what? Maybe she's not coming for the products. Maybe she's just coming to chit chat
Mm-hmm.
with you. And that is her me
Yes.
time. And she knows that she can not come and sit with you and talk because you're not a therapist. But
So at that moment, one would know that the whatever you want to discuss with her must be intelligent.
yeah, yeah.
Do you understand? You must
So
be able to match a level of intellect.
so I really
One
stopped
must be
saying
able
no.
to match. Yes. Yes,
Yeah, when she
because I see a lot of people who don't do that. They just want to
yeah,
say, "Ma, can you give me your shoe? Ma, I like your." I don't go to clients to ask for those things. I don't. I
yeah.
don't. I don't ask them, "Ma, can you give me extra this?" No, I'd rather have an intelligent discussion with you that will make you live and say, oh, that girl is intelligent, that girl is smart. I give you a suggestion. Do you understand? So I feel
And
that
they
all
also
this,
ideas how to grow yourself from your
yes,
conversation. Because for
yes,
me, I know a lot of the things that I'm able to achieve, like in terms of, of course, when I resigned and started my own business, I was a national and international makeup artist traveling across the country, Canada and the UK, training makeup artists. But when I resigned and started my own thing, it's just a whole new thing for me. But and I was able to pick a niche because also based on my experience, the people that I was and the kind of prices I was going to charge, I knew that I had to be at a particular area. And I was lucky enough to be in that. I'm still in that area. And these people are like married to like we call them the 1%, in America, like the top of the top. These people have ideas. They're the one that opened doors for me to start selling on TV. They're the one that got me to be featured on Google and American Express. They're the one that, just from what I'm selling to them and telling them this is what I do. Even my kids going to the great universities that are here, they're going.
yeah,
Some of give me idea who I should talk to regarding when they're going to time for them to apply to college. So if I was just there, like you said, just talking about, oh my God, I love your jewelry, or what a nice
exactly,
watch,
exactly. Exactly. If I
Yeah,
don't just want to mention names, if I begin to reel out the names of people that I've worked with or
yeah,
worked for in this country, people are going to be like, really? Are you serious? Are you sure? But for every opportunity I have with those people, I leave a remarkable memory of me.
yeah.
And
Okay.
I leave a remarkable memory of me, and I do not abuse the opportunity I have with them that I know them. I do not abuse that opportunity. I respect their
Yeah.
privacy. I respect the fact that okay, I'm privileged to know these people, and when they call me, they always find that oh, she's reliable. I think that's
Yeah.
one of the things that a lot of people
So
say about me,
important.
that oh, if it
So
is
important.
she's reliable. You can
Yeah.
count on her. If you ask her to do, some of them have asked me to do things that are not even
And
in
yet,
the line of my business.
honest. You are such an honest person. Yetunde, you are a very honest
Thank you,
person. Do
ma'am.
you know how many makeup artists burnt me in Nigeria? You know them. Because you are one of the people that take the products to them. Like they would take the product, tell me they would feature Khuraira in some, never hear from them again. But everything that I had done with you, it's like transparent, honest, and it is so important that I also like even the shows when you go, like we went to the trade shows, you didn't care, you leave the booth and go look for
Yes.
people just to bring them to our booth. And I remember one particular, and I know Genevieve, like I know her very well, but I would not have dragged her to bring her to the booth, because she, but you did. You brought her to the booth. Yeah, like when people saw her there, was coming to a booth just to take pictures with her and then end up buying product. But you're very, very brilliant. You're not honestly, you're a business genius. Apart from you being talented, you also know how to run a business. And then another thing, also, you are very this. I'm telling you, the thing that a lot of people is killing them. The number one thing that is killing a lot of business owners back home is lack of humility. Lack of humility is a disease. Like they need to understand, it doesn't matter how famous you are, how super talented you are, humble yourself so you can continue growing. Because the moment you start growing wings and start disrespecting people paying you, that is when you actually gonna lose. You overnight they will be
True.
gone. So we talk about that, which is all great that you shared. So when when we think of the makeup industry, back home, what do you think that the government can do to help you guys success or succeed? Or what can they do to really make these brands, make the cosmetic industry, which is a major, major, major
Industry.
industry and an employer, okay? But there has to be some guidelines to
Mm-hmm.
reduce people just doing whatever, or opening, you will be on one street, you have 20 makeup artists. Who does that?
Yeah, so I'd say, see, that's really a problem. One of the problems you are having right now in the industry, and one of the things the government can do is for us to have regulations. Once we have regulations, there will be sanity. I'm just going to put that there will be restrictions, and you would discover that there's going to be a lot of sanity and whatever in the industry, right? Okay, I was at a function on Saturday. Some of my friends came in from New York, and she had booked me ahead and said, "See, I want you, Midon, come and do. That's my brand name. I want you to
Yeah.
come and do my makeup for myself and my friends." And she had booked me ahead since October. Now, something happened. I was shocked and I was dazed. After I did her makeup and I got to the venue, because she was also my friend and I needed to attend her event as well. She had invited me specially as just by being a makeup artist. I got to the venue and I saw this women who had no clue about being a makeup artist, being a geletaya. They don't even know, but they had learned the skill. And they were outside the event hall. And they'll tell you, just give them 1,000 naira. They were going to, yes. I literally sat with one and said, okay, tie my gele for me. And I paid her
No
1,000
way.
naira. She did
No
the gele,
way.
just the gele. It has gotten that bad. Some as low as 500 naira. These are people that do not know the intricacies of makeup artistry. They do not know what it takes. I even
But
see people today, they chunk out students,
no,
and when you ask them,
but isn't it even legal
ah,
to stand in front of the venue to do that? Are you allowed?
so, okay, no, so the thing is, there's no regulation in our industry.
Hmm.
There's no regulation. People you train to get certified. I think when I see people say they are students, where you what where you and when they call, the people have asked me, okay, Yetunde, how were you able to get your international connections? Yes, thanks to a beautiful friend of mine who you know as well. I attended the Academy for Women Entrepreneur, the US, what's called exchange program. I was part of the exchange program. I also won I was a grantee, an award grantee. I got a grant from USADF. That effect. And a lot of big companies that now ask me that, yes, it's very rare and strange that somebody from my industry would have gotten that fit. How did I do it? And I told them, I said, because I understand the business of makeup artistry. Because while I was doing in the academy, there are forms you would fill, the questions you will answer. These are
Yeah.
things that you do not know, you might not understand what to do. Because if all you learn is just skills, I know a lot of people that will come and say they've learned makeup, and I ask you, what kind of brush is this? They don't even know. You don't know
Yeah.
the difference between a powder brush, a blush brush, a brush, a mascara wand, and all of that. I ask you, what are the steps?
Yeah.
What is face prepping? They don't know. They just don't. Okay, they saw that the person that trained them use products like this, and when those products now go out of extinction, they're stuck. As a professional, you should not be stuck with any brand.
Yeah.
Because once you know what it takes, what you need to do, you know what to work with. You know the tools that you need to work with. So a lot of them don't learn. They're not certified. They do not even know. They only know the skills. They don't know the intricacies, the business. They don't even know the risk about the job they do.
So,
They don't even know how to sign. I have legal whatever.
so how can the government,
As a makeup artist,
so but
so I can come in. The government set up an
but
industry
guys
or set up an office
to involve the
that
government.
checks regulation. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say, that the government can set up an office that checks regulation, not just for makeup artists alone. A lot of
Yeah.
skill set beyond makeup in the beauty industry, photography, and so many industries that the government do not even think about. Because the truth is this, we generate a lot of revenue.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So we need that regulation.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's one industry that the government is not looking into. We need regulations. If you have that office that checks people and say, are you certified? I've seen, there was a time somebody told me that someone used super glue or something to fix lashes for a client. I nearly fainted. I said, what?
Super glue?
What? You use super glue? Yes, to fix lashes. You need to know what they use as glue these days. You need to see what they use to prep the skin these days. They just come with junks and because sometimes you need to see what they call certain sprays. Certain sprays that are meant for what was this makeup called? This makeup SPF. Sorry, not SPF. This theatric, there's a name now. I'm getting this theatric makeup that they do for movies, for film. You bring some products. That's what we use mostly in Nigeria now.
Makeup.
And for just special effects, yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Special effect. They use special effect makeup products now for bridal makeup in Nigeria. And I tell you, it stays forever. It stays for hours. And I'm like, how? How did we even get here? And we see a lot of makeup artists run to the market once the product is out. They rush to buy it. They rush to buy it. They rush to buy it. And I wonder, these are not right. So many such regulations. But government needs to really, really help with that, such that even the people that now come and say because they watch YouTube, some just stay on YouTube and watch videos and they think that is all.
I tell you.
A lot of people's skin have been damaged. A lot of people have been exposed to different skin conditions and they don't even know it.
Yeah.
You need to some makeup artist boxes so dirty, and you wonder who called you. How did you become a makeup artist? Did they teach you how to clean your tools, how to sanitize your tools?
They didn't take a class professionally. That's why,
Yes.
Yeah. Well, anyway, this is amazing. We have already clocked an hour, but we have few minutes to be done. I would stay with you forever. So, Yetunde,
thank you.
If you are to see a young woman, because you are multifaceted, so just don't limit yourself to just makeup. You are a powerhouse. You're an entrepreneur. If you are to give a young woman today who came from your background or my background and that felt that she's being limited to achieving greatness, what would you tell her or him? Let's not limit it to her alone, him too as well, because people that are business can be either a woman or a man, but young people.
Okay, for me, so I'll just say this. Success awaits those who fight to get it, those who really go for it. Nobody is going to earn anyone's success. No one. I keep saying this. I've seen people say it's because I didn't have the opportunity. No, none of us had the opportunity. We only wanted something. All we knew was, I don't want this life. I want a better life. Yeah. So if you ever have that feeling where you feel like you want a better life, that means you want to be successful. That's a nudge. That is a nudge in the right direction. So go get it. It's not going to be rosy. It's not going to be easy. But the truth is that sacrifices you need to make.
Yeah.
There are a lot of sacrifices you need to make. There are things you need to give up. Ask any successful person. You will see that they do not have the same life with random people. Really. They go for what they want. They know what they want. Their circle is so small. You don't see them jumping at parties. You don't see them attending every functions. You don't see them doing things the way every other person is doing. And I tell people that excellence is another key. You want to go beyond limitation. Be excellent start from where you are. Really, those little things, the little opportunities you have now, do it excellently. Do it excellently. Before you know it, people will get to notice what you do. People get to notice what you do. There was a time I was off social media and I see a lot of people coming to my slide. You motivate us. It's quiet. You've not been coming on. I said, really, I didn't know. I was motivating anyone. I was doing and doing my thing. I said, sorry, I've been in school. I'm busy. Okay, I'll start coming back gradually. So you would be noticed. I'm recently as part of delegates that was assigned to go and represent Nigeria in the US. And a lot of people said, and that was only my first time ever, and I visited about 9 states. And people asked me, how did you do it? How did you get connection? I said, I didn't know anyone. But people were watching all the while.
Research.
The truth is, yes, a lot of people were watching all the while. And I remember when I got the opportunity from the United States government, and I started doing some forms and some whatever. I'm sure that while I was doing those things, I read about it, I did a lot of research, and make sure I submitted. You know, if you go to US, I submit pictures as auntie, send pictures as an aware, whatever. I did photo shoot. I did photo shoot. I did a proper picture. Let me ask you for opportunities. Don't just go and do a wish wash and say you want to be great. You're limited, because the truth is you need chunk out excellence at everything you do. I think it's either you're there or you're not. If you're going to be there at all, at every little opportunity, chunk out excellence, the best place to the best for you, and that's what's going to get you to where you want to go to. Because the people who you want to be like, or who you want them to notice you, are people of excellence. And they will stop at nothing to get excellence and to, you know, to pay the kind of price you want because you're an excellent person. So it's just like that. It's as simple as that.
You are recommended they should consistently strive to be the best. Learn.
Yes.
To open to learning, and don't limit yourself, because nothing is handed to you. You have to go after it. You know.
Yes.
But the
and I'd like to add to this, ma'am, that also I think another thing is this. A lot of Nigerians should learn how to delay gratification, even as you go up the ladder. Delay gratifications, because every time you make small money, your shoulders are like this. You're not even there yet. You need to delay gratification and stay humble.
That's what I was telling you earlier. It's like, because immediately in one magazine now, that customer, I don't have time for you. But the customer is the one that got you there, you know, or your colleagues or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. You're right. It's very.
I know a lot of people that told me that you've gone to the US. I'm not going to do makeup again. I says who? Who told you I'm not going to do makeup again? You know, this is something. This is my business. I'll keep doing it. Call me tomorrow. I will do it. You will see me there, and I'm going to carry my SUV. And I'm going to drive to your house and Madam, I'm here to service you. So I think people should learn that. Please don't grow beyond your success, because a lot of people are taking two opportunities. Do you know things I've done? Okay, just like when I met you and I say, I work with Khuraira, I've arrived. Before you know it, you will fade away. So you need to keep. Everybody keeps growing. Even the billionaires all day, they don't arrive. They still strive at success. So who are you to say you have arrived? So they need to.
People that understand to stay relevant is more difficult than to make it. You know that, right? Staying relevant is it's harder, because it takes a lot of resilience. It takes a lot of humility. It takes a lot of, because there's so many times that you'll be hit so hard that you will be asking yourself, am I really, is it worth me being here? But you know, being resilient, and I keep saying this over and over, humility is so important. People need to be humble, and that's exactly what you said. Don't grow wings just because you conquered one cover of magazine, or you've done one celebrities, or one government had called you and you did a selfie with her, and you think that's it. You know, always my philosophy is that the first customer that I've ever been with is still with me. And if no matter how booked I am, if she is trying to get in, I will find a way to call, not to disrespect the customers that already booked, but I will find a way to talk to them. Is there a way we can just move around so we can feed her? But I'll never tell my customer, help me become who I am today, that, you know what, I don't have time for you. So, and that's a lot of the
Yeah.
mistakes that
There's no one. There's no one I've ever worked with. There's no one I've ever worked with that I can approach. They will always tell you, "Oh, Yetunde is approachable anytime." You
Yeah.
reach out to me, I'm available. I don't tell you, "Oh, now, sorry, I do not belong to your class. I've grown. You can't afford me." Says who? Because the truth is, you never can tell who is going to refer you to the next big thing that you're looking out for.
Exactly.
So I think it's something that young people need to learn, and
Yeah.
also you need to have, I think one thing that we do not have in Africa is having coaches, role models, mentors.
Men-
Everybody
men-
is a boss. Everybody's a
men-
boss. Everybody's
yeah.
a boss. You need to serve people too. Learn to serve
Yeah.
people. Because
Yeah.
in the place of service, you learn from their experience. In the
Yeah.
place of service, you get there are a lot of opportunities that will be open to you. But in Nigeria, everybody's a boss.
Yeah.
Everybody now, I am a bit they pay me more than the person that trained me. I don't need to be humble. I don't need
Yeah.
to be this. And I'm like, okay, well, let's see how far that can take you.
Yeah.
Because there's something an elder sees up there that you're coming do not know. So it
Exactly.
takes someone that has gone ahead of you to tell you, "Oh, I made this mistake years back, and I wouldn't want you to repeat the same." But when you're not humble enough to learn, when you're not humble enough to serve people, you're heading for a downfall already. And I tell people, do not burn bridges. Don't ever
Oh,
burn bridges. You're gonna
no.
meet people on the journey yes, don't burn bridges. I'm not
Yeah.
going to tell you that everybody's going to be nice to you. I'm not going to tell you that everyone is going to be faithful. Everybody is going to be loyal. Some are even going to talk about you behind you. They're going to do things that would make you feel like, "Oh, I'm done." One thing I
Yeah.
do is I do not burn bridges. I keep my
Ve-
relationship open. I might not talk to you for a while if you hurt me, but I do not close any chapter with people
Yeah.
because
Very.
in life you always need people. You would
Yeah.
always need people. When I went
Yeah.
to the US, quite a lot of my clients had relocated and they've been in the
Yeah.
US for a while. Do you know
I
that every one of them was calling
I
for
went
me? "Oh, you're in the US.
to
You're coming to visit." I knew if I told you, Auntie, you can imagine if I told you, Auntie, that I was in the US, I'm sure you'd have said, "No, yesterday you must come to New Jersey." You
I
get that?
know.
Every one of them wanted me in
Found
the
out
US.
on social media. I was mad at
Yes,
you.
I get
I
that. I
was
did
about
not
to
post
go
again
back.
because a lot of people saying, "Yesterday you come to my place." I worry that. I mean this. I mean, a lot of people wanted me. Why? I'm a perfect person, but because I had that room,
You
I
treated
was
right.
open. I was
So
open
bad.
to. Yes,
You.
yes. I
Yeah.
do not take anyone for granted. You see,
Yeah.
you never can tell who is going to be the person that's going to open the next door to your success or to your greatness to you.
Yeah.
So don't burn bridges. Don't burn bridges. Don't burn bridges. And be humble, serve people. Be honest with people. Be loyal. Be loyal to people, and always show gratitude. That is one thing. When I talk about the brand, I'm always going to say I can't write my success story without mentioning you in the industry. I always refer to, "Oh, Auntie Khuraira was part of my success story as a makeup artist." I will never come and say, "Oh, at least I'm done with her. Who is next?" No,
Good. This
show gratitude to
this
people that helped you.
I think that a lot of our people lack. They don't want to give other people credit that helped them to get to where they are. As much as you are thinking that you should be grateful that you appreciate me, I'm also for what Khuraira Cosmetic was able to accomplish in Nigeria. You are the success story of that. You opened a lot more doors to Khuraira Cosmetics than I would ever have thought ever happening. And I hope that I'm not giving up on Nigeria, guys. I am not, especially now that I will have more time that all my kids are in college. And
Yeah.
let's see how the economy comes to be. But, we're still going to go back to doing what we used to do in Nigeria. My
Mm-hmm.
dream
Yeah.
is really open airbrush makeup academy in Nigeria, and I will accomplish that, God willing.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happens,
Yes.
I see patients here too. So
Yes.
I see patients here too. So patients, all the other amazing makeup artists that were there. I missed you guys. I really, really missed
We miss you too, Auntie. We miss
what
you too, Auntie.
and I pray to God things get better
Oh,
for
but say yeah.
But yet, Yetunde, thank you
Hi,
so.
Precious.
Thank you,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you so much for being here, for accepting my invite, and I hope to have you here again. And like I always invite experts. You know, this is your platform. If you have something to share, you want
Mhm.
to be a host of the show when I'm not. If you feel like you have something to share, Auntie Khuraira, I want to be that hour to share something with you. Just let know the content manager about it, and when we have an open schedule, you can be.
Okay.
This is your platform. This is about sharing. You guys, you're doing incredible things, and I want to see people. I want the world to see what Nigeria young people or African young people are all made of. And you are making me
Mhm.
proud here today. I cannot wait. I'll be in Nigeria, God willing, next year. So we're gonna be seeing.
Yes, we can't wait to have you.
Uh,
Yes, well, we can't wait to have you.
that watch Dialogue with Khuraira, please, if you have any questions, let us know for Yetunde, and we will give you her contact information. And you can also post any comment on Dialogue with Khuraira Facebook page for you to be connected with her. Thank you all, and stay blessed. Bye.